Hi, and welcome to episode 4 of Stinger Australia in Focus.
And today we're going to be talking about line out converters. And one question we get asked a lot by dealers is, how do I add an amplifier to the factory system, and what line out converter do I need to use? And today we're going to be basically talking about the different models or styles that we have, and basically how they interface with the car itself.
So what is a line level converter? Basically what it's doing is taking your high level speaker output from your factory or aftermarket radio, running it through a circuitry system, and then reducing the voltage to a level that your aftermarket amplifier requires.
And the reason for this is that your speaker level output can't be connected to your aftermarket amplifier's RCA jacks, as you would just blow the amplifier. It's only designed for a low voltage. Now, some entry level amplifiers will have a high level converter built into them. It's a very basic line out converter. Basically, some of them are in the range of this kind of guy or less. And this is why we always recommend to use an external line out converter, as you'll get a better quality sound out of it. Because these guys basically become your head unit when you're putting an aftermarket amplifier into your car and keeping your factory stereo system. So the better line out converter you use, the better sound you're going to get out of it. And first, we start off with our Stinger SGN 121.
So this is the most basic version that we have here at Stinger Australia. It's a simple 2-channel input, which runs through your resistors, in through your caps, and then out through your RCA. Very basic sort of system. It is, it's 25 watts RMS with a max of about 55 watts.
So this is fine for older vehicles, so say like your 2000s backwards, non-factory amplified cars and non-high-powered factory systems. This is something we get a lot. We get guys that think, I can try and put this in a late model car. It's not going to work. Being that these are only very low-powered and low-power handling, they're great for older cars, but if you try and put this into a factory system that's high-powered, it's not going to last very long at all, and you're going to avoid your warranty on it. And which is why you then step up from this to your PAC Lock Pro 7, which are these guys that you see here.
Now it is a bit of a step up from the SGN 121. This is giving you 4-channel input. It is also available in a 2-channel. Also has adjustable pot controls. Thanks, Mick. And then also gives you 4-channel output. It also has a remote turn on for your aftermarket amplifier as well.
And this is really cool because if you have a stereo system that has keyless play, so you can turn your factory stereo on while the car's off or for a predetermined time, so say like 10 minutes after the car's been turned off, or even if you don't have a key in the car, you want to retain that feature, this guy lets you do it. Something you can't do with the SGN 121, so your real basic line out converter, because the amplifier has to be connected to an accessory power circuit in the car. So these guys are really great for that. They're fine for modern cars that are non-high powered. So even if you have a late model car, you can use these guys as long as it's non-factory amplified and is relatively low powered. But these will still give you a very nice sound. And the main difference between these, circuitry wise, these have what's called surface mount componentry opposed to your older carbon resistors there. So these will handle power handling a lot better than what you can do out of this. But what do we go after there, Trev?
Well, we've got good, we've got better, that must be best.
And this is your Audio Control LC2i. These guys have up to 400 watts of input from a factory system. So providing you have a factory amplified system, or you've got a late model car, so like an Audi A4 where you can have up to 700 watts total output, these guys will take a nice high powered system, let you run it straight in, this is a guy here as well, and give you RCA out. Now, these guys are more of a basic processor than a line-out converter. These guys are called a passive line-out converter. They basically take the signal, drop it down, out it goes. These guys actually run it through a processing circuit that is powered So this also gives you a line driver and also gives you AccuBase, so you can restore the base roll-off. So not only will this take higher power handling and give you restore the base that's disappeared at higher volumes, and has a line driver of up to 7.5 volt out, this is your best option for putting basically an aftermarket amplifier into your factory system. So if you have any factory system pretty much on the market, as long as it has speaker line output, you can basically connect this up and away it goes. So in the grand scheme of things, as Trav said, good, better, best. And these guys,
Yep, available in the 2-channel. Now the 2-channel will give you full range output for front and also gives you a dedicated sub output as well. So perfect for ute installations.
yeah, so the AccuBase processor runs on your output for your sub as well as your front. So if you only wanted to add a mono block to your car, or if you only wanted to say add a 2-channel amplifier as well as a mono block, basically this guy gives you some pretty cool flexibility.
It's also available in the LC7i from Audio Control, which is a 6-channel output, and there is also an 8-channel version as well.
So that guy there will give you front, rear, and sub output, even if you only have 2-channel, 4-channel, 6 channels of input. So that makes it really cool. And then from there we go on to your processors and basically your more high-end stuff. But we're not going to go into that today. Today we're basically just going to be talking about line out converters. And this is the main thing to remember. If you had a very basic audio system, so say 2000s backwards, SGN121, fantastic, or a very low-powered system. If you've got a more modern car, you want to start at your Lock Pro 7, which is available in a 2-channel or in a 4-channel version. And this also gives you a remote turn-on for your aftermarket amplifier, so really great unit. Then, if you want to go for the best, you then look at your Audio Control LC2i, which gives you a 2-channel full range, 2-channel sub output, up to 400 watts of input, and has a line driver and also has your bass restoration. So a lot more features in this that aren't in these guys here. So the main thing you want to remember is
Good, better, best.
exactly. So when looking at adding an amplified system to your car, always just double check what processor or what line out converter I'm going to need for it. Don't always think basic line out converter, they're all the same. There's a lot more involved in these, and we're not going to go too technical in it today, but the main thing to consider is great for older cars, great for more modern vehicles that are not amplified, great for all of that plus amplified systems.
So that's pretty much all we have for you today. Remember to subscribe on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. And thank you very much for watching.
Catch you later.